Hello guys, it's Naga here. This time I'm going to show off the engineer a little bit as I've done so before, but there's a new mission type added. Salvage operations. They're brand new to the last patch and they include a slightly different way of having to play to get things done. I'll switch out of the gunner. It should be noted that I was waiting for that damn mission to come up for half an hour. Completely shut in my room because the neighbors suck and mow their fucking lawns at the exact times that I always want to record, which is fantastic because I have to choose between boiling alive or a background noise. I'm boiling alive. But yeah, so I'm gonna go run over the engineers. I hadn't done that before. His basics, his things, his tricks, and just do one of these missions to show off why he's most uniquely suited for this one. His traversal options aren't bad. He can go up or down with varying amounts of effort, but he's not really like a traversal character. He's more of a support character, and his strength lies in backing up people in combat with his sentry guns, or doing his business while the guns defend him. So for standard armament, once I can exit, is you got this shotgun. Fires relatively quickly, nice grouping, quite a good damage. So now that after that movie-length diatribe is over, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. You find these mini-mollies, you bring their broken parts back to them, and then you'll be able to sit there for 20 seconds hammering the repair button. Which, they need to shorten that. They just need to shorten that. Once I have it, it's no point making me wait. It's not 20 seconds, it's like 10. But near the end of the mission, you will have to sit for 20 straight seconds to repair some things, and that's just terrible. Anyway, that's it. So for the engineer, if there's a big cluster of enemies or if there's something far away that you don't want to deal with, like here, you can just launch a grenade. It explodes, it deals small area of effect damage. That tends to be quite high, and at the very least scares almost every type of bug away, especially the Praetorians. They will immediately freeze in place or do an about face, depending, and that's tremendously useful. So the actual caves for these types of missions, these salvage operation missions, tend to be either small or not very complicated. So often it's your entry chamber, which is what I'm in. I call where the pod puts you out as the entry chamber. And joined by one or two small corridors, and then a big area, and that's it. Oh, these are the explosion-based things that are new that will harm you if you go over them, as you've just seen. I hear another loot bug. Whee! Not especially worried though, because I'm not here to collect nitro, I'm here to repair a thing and fuck off. I'm still trying to make the video as short as possible with some greed in there, because I could have resisted that, you know, but, well, I'm me. So now I have to go up there, boom, boom. That was a short jump. Boop. And here I am. So that's good. It's a superfluous part. You need 3 repair bits. There's almost always 4, if not 5, that spawn near a possible mini-molly that you have to repair. But this is in fact the way forward, so that's excellent. You never need to come back to your deposit room with salvage operations. You always have to find a derelict rescue pod and make it get back into working order so you can take that out. Consequently, you can deposit any excess materials in there once you signal the end of the mission, which is going to have you do some other stuff than running for once, which I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, because I'm not, but that's new and that's good, and variety is sexy. And there's a thing. Let's not fall down there, shall we? That's really not. Like, do you see what I mean? That's tiny cave, little corridor, and then this fucker. Hello? I'm gonna... This is completely irrelevant to everything, but once this recording's done, I'm gonna take a hot bath and just... feels so good. So he's all the way over there. I don't want to deal with him. Woomph. That is one enemy that, unless the grenade manages to impact his like exact weak point, isn't gonna make a huge difference, but... See, the shotgun's perfectly viable for taking him down. At least at that range, if you sort of aim for his weak spot. And you're not gonna, you know, hit it often, but it still helps. Right. That was a bad idea coming up this way. So one thing you can do, because you're not required to come back up here, is just take one revive and just jump down, null your health, and just like be like, I don't give a shit. But as you can see, this is actually quite a complex cave. And I think I got unlucky with that, because they don't tend to be this... You little fuck. You little triple fuck. Thank you. Jesus. So they don't tend to be this complicated, but... as far as I can remember, you don't actually get swarms here. There's no reason that I can think of for that to be the case, but it is the case, I think. Like, I'm 90% sure. It might just be on a really generous timer, actually. So, shrug. I wonder if this goes back to where I was and is actually a much easier way to come down than I tried. Because, like, locationally, this is roughly where I need to go. Or where I would have been coming from, but actually I just remembered that this is irrelevant to me. I'm not here to explore. I'm really sorry about that. I'm here to fix the machines and get out as soon as possible. It's basic survival while you find and repair the mini-mollies. And I'm going to try and show you in a second. You see the big green bits that glow? That's a mini-molly to tell you that it's like in that area. Because sometimes it'll be partially or completely buried in the ground. Oh, hello. That's going to suck when the little fucker lets me go. Thanks for taking ages, Bosco. Small animation glitch, no problem. I hate Bosco sometimes. God damn. Okay, let's try that again without the abject failure. We have to extract, or find, but usually extract the legs and shovel them in here. You know, you get 3 and then you... No, you don't, you little fuck. And then you have the repair option, which is 10 seconds of nothing, and then you have a functioning mini-mule with you. You need to do that with 3 of them to be able to exit the mission. I'm not even gonna... I must confess, I'm not gonna look at the secondary objective for fossils, because this cave is a bastard. It's laid out in the most unhelpful way humanly possible for an engineer. And I should note that all the classes can like easily do this mission, but the engineer is the most suited for it. Which I'm going to describe why when we get there. Because it's a surprise! It just occurred to me that I really hope I hit the record button. Can you all fuck off for a sec? Thank you. You as well. What? AI fixes now, please. God damn it. Do that. Right, so there's the final one. I just need to bring it things. Now, if I had all the time and patience in the world, I could do the fossil objectives. It would be much better if I had picked Scout, because I could just zip up to them, but in all honesty, that's not what I'm doing right now. I just want to show off this particular new mission type, which I do enjoy. I just seem to be very unfortunate as per, like, standard. You... fuck you and your physics. This is the thing that I absolutely hate that has no purpose at all, is the, random, shaky, earthquakey shit that just forces you to walk for several seconds. If you use the Scouts zip lines, then you can just ignore it, because you can just pull yourself to wherever you need. but it is intensely annoying. It just nothing. Oh bloody hell! It doesn't make anything hard. It's just annoying. If it strikes during a wave, you just stand still and you shoot stuff. Like, it's not complicated. I'm gonna have to carry this bit all the way to that bit because oh, hello. The little white outlines let me know that there's one down there, which I'm not gonna bother with. What's up? And yeah, just gonna bother with this one. If I play my cards right, this might be the shortest video, although we're 10 minutes in already, so maybe not. What the fuck was that? I just saw like my shield and health taking a big old nosedive there. So once you have all three repaired, you're gonna want to find your actual big molly, press the button on its ass, and say I'm done with the mission. Why would you be there, you piece of shit? So, I actually needed that for ammo. Come on, you slow pile of crap. Doop. So then what happens is, it's not the end of the mission. It's just the start of the end of the mission. He's gonna go back and lock himself in here. That's excellent. Whoa, getting that caught on video, is fantastic. That's excellent. I'm in love. Oh, hey, cool. So I needed to wait for him to come back. Set up an uplink. Okay, well, what's that? What are you supposed to do? Well, somewhere, quote-unquote, nearby, there's going to be a control panel. There it is. It's glowing green. You're supposed to go there, waste half of your natural lifespan holding the repair button. And I do think, like, jokes aside, that it is just pointlessly long period you have to do that for. Sup? And, yeah. So, I'm going to look at my OBS recording, and I'm going to start in 2, 1... I'm now looking at my OBS window as I'm recording. I started at 30, it is now 37. 40. Isn't this just the most riveting thing you have ever done in your life? That's going to be exactly 20 seconds. Yes, it is. So now it's doing this. And as he... Shut up. As he says, you're not really supposed to leave this big glowy area, and you'll be constantly attacked until this thing fills up. So deploying the sentries for extra cover is a smart idea. Sometimes it'll be awkward and be at the edge of a cliff, so this area that I can move in, this round area, imagine if you had a fourth of that, and that's really what makes it super hard sometimes. It's like enemies will come along the edge, bite you before they can react because you haven't seen them, and I forgot to mention, but the engineer is immune to toxins. So when one of these fuckers die, or if you go to an area that would toxin or poison you, then you're just fine. You can stand in it and laugh as long as you want. Which is, as you can imagine, it's actually quite a helpful boon. So we just wait while my sentries do their work, yada yada yada. I don't even have to, I can't do anything. I can't leave or the progress bar will tick down. I imagine in co-op it just ticks up slower if someone's missing, but I can't be sure because I haven't played this in co-op yet. So this tends to be about half a minute-ish if you're in there, I think. It could be longer. I actually forgot to measure. Don't care about you little fuckers. Doop. Okay, now that's done. Now you have to wait 10-20 seconds for another part to show up. And then you have to do the exact same thing to that. And then you have to wait for it to power up. Which is like literally 1 or 2 minutes, I forget. And then you can go. God fucking damn it. So there's a whole lot less find this and do that. I feel like there's way less preamble and mucking about. But then it kind of condenses into the last third of the mission. That was close. I was going to say that was really close. And this is going to be another 20-second thing, so... How are you all today? Are you enjoying yourselves today? Yeah, I was waiting 26 minutes for the missions to refresh, so this type of thing could come up because I needed to show the engineer in his strongest environment, which this currently is. He's a powerful backup in any combat situation, but, you know, because this is basically pure combat on the second half, he's pretty good. And you might be saying, well, you know, the gunner's pure combat, he's got all these powerful guns and shit. Yeah, but if you're playing solo, and even if you're playing in team, the engineer brings extra guns with him, and the guns that he has aren't bad. Like, I don't know if I'll be able to show it off on a strong enemy. It's likely that I will, but... if I don't kill one of these, like, medium green-sized ones in one shot, it tends to be two. Tends to be, rather. If there's a group or if there's a big guy, I can just do that, and... that's pretty satisfying. I forgot to mention a weird bug with the scout. If you press F to throw a... Motherfucker, Bosco! If you press F to throw a flare, the game won't let you throw another one for like 2 seconds. And that's exclusively a thing that the scout has. I'm gonna wait till my flares fill back up and I'm just gonna spam them to show you that the engineer can do it. I don't understand why. I get that he has the other flares, the longer lasting, longer range ones, but... let me spam if I want to, basically. Probably an oversight, if I'm honest. Unless the whole idea for that is that they want to incentivize you to use the limited edition flares, which is just silly. They're limited. You'll need them somewhere instead, not just like in a corridor. Anyway, I got my 4 back. Woomph, 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 woomph. Complete waste, but you can do it. And sometimes that sort of thing is beneficial if you like go into an area and there's no light. You can go woomph, 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 and whoops. So now I get to wait 2 minutes for the damn thing to be able to take me home. I'm just going to be a smart ass and wait on top of my sentry. Right next to a resupply pod, I might add, for this exact reason, if they run out. So this isn't actually like a difficult mission. I don't feel like it is. On higher difficulties than Hazard 2, which is basically medium difficulty, you might find yourself struggling. Solo is difficult because there's nobody to protect your ass. But on the other hand, if you get a resupply pod, you can pick out as much as you want because you're the only person there. So that's quite a bit more health and ammo that you can restore for yourself if you're any good. And if you're the engineer, then you know you have a large sort of grace thing with the sentries existing. Because of course they lock on pretty quickly, they're pretty good, they output fair amount of damage. All you have to do is keep replenishing them. Boom! Half health, 1 grenade, pretty useful. And that should be enough, like ammo. Yeah, I'm just enjoying myself. Nothing at this stage can really do anything to prevent me from going home, so... I could have placed a sentry up here once the boundaries for this thing were down. Which might have... you know, because what is this doing? Well, that's a nice looking mound, but it can't actually defend me that way. It has to cover these axes, and that's not super ideal. Also note the incredibly short time you have to leave. They give you 60 seconds once the pod is operational to get the fuck out of there. So be aware of that when you play salvage operation missions. We're gonna say thank you for watching, but it's already a 20-minute video, so let's make it be 1 minute longer by showing you that I have done something, as you've seen at the top left in the mission results. That means I earn 3 perk points. So I'll go and claim them, and now I have 6 instead of the 3 that I used to have. I can spend it on these perks. Like if I wanted to get this and equip it, I could have, instead of 40, I could have 44 more guide on me at one point, etc. And, you know, some of these are obviously better than the others. Like, I don't particularly see fall damage as being worth it at all. Even at its maximum level 5, 15% is pathetic. Like, just don't fall. But being able to carry 12 extra of everything is pretty huge. Then there's stuff like, when you're carrying the crystals from like the gunner's favorite thing, the point extraction, you walk a fifth faster. That's quite useful. But zipline speed's better for that, because you get the 20% and a 10% extra on top, and if you're the gunner, which you should be on solo, then, you know, yeah. So, yeah, that was the engineer, that was salvage operation, and that was the perk system. Thank you so much for watching, guys. See you later.